They were put in literal opposite ends of the hospital in totally separate wards, and they completely lost their minds. The girls begged and screamed and demanded to be kept together. But the staff said, nope, it's for your own good. A few hours after the girls had been separated at the hospital, so this is the first time they're being kept apart. This is like 1 a.m. on the morning of April 12th. Adolphus was at home asleep when his phone rang. And he was confused because it's the middle of the night, like who's calling him? But when he picked up the phone, he heard a hospital doctor's voice on the other end, and the doctor sounded completely frantic. And he tried to explain to Adolphus what was going on. Adolphus was aware of the fact that the girls were going to be separated, but everything the doctor was saying about what had followed after the separation just didn't make any sense. And he was trying to clarify, like, what are you talking about? But the doctor finally just paused and then just clearly stated basically the disaster that had unfolded after the separation, that something they could have never planned for has happened, and even the doctor didn't really know what to make of it. And when Adolphus heard this, he just sat there on the phone, completely frozen, having no idea how to react. Over the next few days, doctors at that psychiatric hospital tried to come up with a rational, scientific explanation for what happened on the night that Bobby and Betty were separated. But they couldn't figure it out. So, in an effort to figure it out, they called in the North Carolina State Board of Investigators for some help. But they couldn't figure it out. And so they called in the FBI. And the FBI couldn't figure it out either. Nobody had any idea how this could have happened or why. And so as this story naturally began to leak out to the press and began circulating in newspapers all over the country as like this unbelievable mystery, a lot of people, as they saw the story, began to wonder if maybe the explanation for what happened after these girls were separated is not rooted in science.